Hi, welcome back to the Briones Pickleball Podcast. My name is Jordan Briones, your host. We have a lot to get to today, so stay tuned. Here, of course, like always, I have my amazing co-host, Caden Niemoff. Caden, what's going on, dude?
Not much, man. It's a beautiful Monday night.
Yeah,
and,
dude, it's late. It's late.
It's a little late. I'm not going to lie. It's a little past my bedtime, but we're here, and we live in the present, and let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun. I like your shirt.
Oh, I was gonna say I liked yours, but
nice. Yeah, nice, man.
Yeah, man.
And got little Scottsdale.
Oh, of course.
Scorchers, and you have a match, or you have a game tomorrow night. Yeah,
I do. Yeah. I'm playing against Ryan Treffery, my boss.
That's nice.
So
yeah, that's gonna be beat up on the boss, man.
that's right, exactly.
Beat up on the boss.
I considered like offering like my job.
Ooh.
Like saying like, oh, if I beat you, like
Salary,
I take your
salary
job.
swap.
Yeah. I take your job, or like I take your pay.
Uh-huh.
And then like if I lose, like I'll work for free for the next month.
Ooh, what did he say?
I didn't offer it. I was too scared.
Okay. Dude, that'd be a good one.
I would be, right? Like I
Yeah.
feel like that's fair.
Yeah. All right. Well, today we have a good show for you. If you
Indeed.
didn't watch our last podcast, it was about delamination, paddle controversies, all that. We talked to an expert in the space, Brett Warner. So check that out if you haven't watched that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Learned a lot.
But today we are going to go over our strategy tips. We're here for you, and we have some good ones for you today. And then we're gonna do a little recap, Austin PPA. And we have a lot to get to. We have a lot of good things, and a new segment here. We're gonna go over some pickleball stories, some amazing pickleball stories. Now, whether you out there have a story about pickleball, just a positive, encouraging story, or maybe a funny story, a hilarious story, anything that you'd like to share, check out the link below, in the links in the description or wherever you're listening to this, and fill out a little story form. And we'd love to share your story in the next podcast. If it's encouraging, if it's just amazing, if it's random, if it's funny, we're here for it.
We'd love to hear it.
We're here for it. So let's jump right in to strategy tips. My weekly strategy tip, Caden, is going to be a simple, short one, but it applies for a lot of things.
Okay.
It really, you see that. I think you see this a lot in high level play.
Okay.
And lower level players should do it way more often. Okay. You ready?
I am.
When in doubt, hit to the middle.
That's solid feedback. I mean, honestly, guys, this is absolutely correct.
Okay. So
this is absolutely correct.
I'm going to break it down.
Yeah.
So when I say middle, I mean middle of the court. And again, we talk a lot about strategy, dinking, there's transition game, there's serving, returning. But when it comes to not just, and this is not just saying playing it safe, but we're talking about high percentage pickleball. So a lot of the students and clients that obviously I coach is, on the lower level side or intermediate level, right? A lot of risks are taken at that level.
Yeah.
But they don't have they're still working on technique. They're still working on footwork, a lot of different things. And that's what we help them with. But in higher levels, of course, we are going for more angles. We're going down the line at times. We're taking, I wouldn't even say riskier shots, but we're taking shots that we've practiced over and over.
For sure. Yeah.
When you are going for very, very risky shots that are not within your skill set, you're going to make a lot of errors. So returns, you can hit your returns, a lot of them to the middle. If you're missing wide, hit those to the middle. Dinks, we talked about that in a previous episode. If you don't know where to hit the ball, there's space in the middle, and we could talk more about that. And even your drops.
Yep.
Your drops, you can, if you don't know where to drop it, we're talking about third shot drop here, you can drop it to the middle. And then lastly, attacks. Like
Yeah.
if you're not sure,
I was going to say your speed ups.
if you don't want to speed up to a person, you can speed it up. At least have them fight for that ball.
Yeah, right. Well, one thing that is a big advantage is going in the middle causes confusion. So when you see a ball go in the middle, there is that little bit of, oh, whose ball is this? Is this my ball? Is this my partner's ball? Is this their forehand? Is this my forehand? Well, there's a lot that goes into that, but there's so much that there could be a little hiccup that maybe your opponents don't see. So the only thing I would not say to do is pop up middle. Don't pop up middle, but anything offensive and on purpose middle is good.
There you go. I would probably say don't pop up anywhere, but
don't pop up anywhere. Yeah, but especially don't pop up middle.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my strategy tip. And again, for all of those listening, it's super simple. When in doubt, go middle. Okay, you can like think about that and go out on the court. He's just saying this, but seriously, if you don't have a place to go in mind, a lot of, like, you deal with a lot of players from 3-0 to 4-0 and beyond.
Yeah,
but a lot of them they don't know where, they just end up hitting the ball.
Right.
If you don't know who you're going to, if you don't maybe have a strategy at that point in time, middle's a good option.
Find out what happens.
Find out what happens.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure.
So that's my strategy tip, Kaden. I know it's super simple, it's sweet, but take that with you. If you're on the court, you're playing a rec game, you're not sure, play some high percentage ball,
Yeah.
What you got, Kaden?
Mine is going to be even simpler. You ready?
Oh my gosh, we're going simple today.
Really simple today. All right. If you guys have a problem hitting drops or dinks or working in the transition,
Okay.
all right, there are 2 ways to fix that. All right. Bend your knees to get lower and drop your paddle head. All right. So what I'm talking about is, I feel like a lot of people like to compensate and get low with either their upper body kind of being like their back or their shoulders. But if you guys actually bend your knees and kind of think to yourself, kind of more sinking your butt to the ground so you're lower to the ground, and then dropping your paddle head, you don't actually have to do as much to get underneath that ball. So you guys will have the trajectory that you want to possibly lift up and hit a drop or hit a drop in the transition or a dink. But you shouldn't be overdoing anything with your upper body. If anything, you want your upper body to be as quiet as possible, which means you drop that paddle head, you bend your knees and sink your butt a little bit. You guys will have a much easier time getting lower to the ball and reaching those balls that are maybe at your shoelaces or at your shins or knees.
Really good. Really good. Yep. I mean, I see a lot of people just standing straight up.
Yep.
Obviously, so along with that, maybe a little bit wider stance that helps.
Yeah. Have you ever seen one of those like car dealership like air balloon thingies that just go?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of what I see every now and then when someone doesn't know how to bend their knees. They're just like bending.
Well, you know what?
All over the place.
I thought you were going to say something else. That's actually a really good. So yeah, keep that in mind. Those so they have like air vents or whatever, and if you guys are talking about car dealerships or whatever, but those sway guys going around. But you know what? When you first said that, I was thinking something totally different. I was thinking of that's usually what I see when people are getting attacked on.
Oh
transit,
yeah,
right.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So when you talk about quiet body and being still and stable and balanced, that's the opposite of what we want to do.
Exactly.
We don't want to panic.
Exactly. I told a student today, literally today.
Yeah.
I said, you know what happens when you freak out at the ball? She was like, what? I was like, well, the ball freaks out too.
Ooh.
It's true.
I like that.
The ball reacts to your body.
I like
if your
that.
body's moving. Actually, I shouldn't even give this tip right now. I'll save this for the next week. But
Okay.
no, but basically,
I like that.
yeah, what I'm saying here is if your body is moving fast, that ball's going to move fast. If you move your body slow, the ball will be slower. If you freak out and flip your beep, you know what I'm going to say. The ball's going to freak out and lose its. So,
Yeah.
stay calm,
It's good. I like that.
stay cool, stay collected. All right? The ball reacts to your body movement.
If your body's crazy, the ball's going to be crazy.
Bingo.
Like it. All right.
I gave 2 tips today, man.
All right.
Dang it.
Hey, 2. What is that? 1 for 2 special?
Yeah.
Buy one, get one free?
Yeah. 2 for 1.
2 for 1. That's what it was called. Yeah. 1 for 2. All right. All right, Caden. Really good. And on that, yeah. So you said about the paddle head. I just want to clarify that. You know what? From now on, we got to have a paddle right here on set.
Facts.
Okay.
And a ball.
Maybe, but paddle for sure. But
okay.
Again, like if this was the paddle head is the tip of it.
Correct.
What Caden is talking about there. If you drop that down, we can easily get under. So if I'm hitting a forehand, we want to get under that ball. So
yep.
Really, really good stuff. All right. So I know last episode we really went in depth on the paddle industry, and just the controversies and things happening. We already talked a lot about that, but just do want to mention, obviously, there's a lot of things happening with Paddlegate 2.0, the delamination. We already went over that, so we're not going to do that again. But one thing that I do want to mention, though, is carbon, man. Just under the lights again.
I don't really get it.
I don't either. And again, there's a lot of paddle companies out there that are doing similar things and have similar results off the ball and off the paddle, but I don't know why carbon gets isolated every time.
Carbon constantly gets the heat, and it's like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, like I will say, even with the original, what am I trying to say here? The original Paddlegate 1.0.
Yeah.
Right? You look at the grid on those paddles, they're not even that crazy compared to what's out on the market these days. So now they're taking heat again for this delamination.
Yeah.
That I'm sure they're not the only company that's doing it, but yet they're the ones that are always taking the heat. Like, honestly, it sucks. Like, I know Garrett. Garrett's a great dude.
Shout out to CRBN. They're a great company, good guys. So if you're supporting them,
I don't get why they're taking this heat. Like, I really don't. Like, they are not the only ones.
Yeah. So again, there's a lot of things happening. PPA's working on it, and I don't know if they're going to find solutions right away, but we talked about it in the last episode, but just want to bring that up. It's just crazy.
It's unfortunate, honestly.
That was just on my notes here.
Yeah.
And then again, so now let's just, let's get right into it. We're going right into PPA Austin, and we're not going to do a huge, long recap here, but we're just going to go over some main things here. Triple Crowners are back. Royalty is
it's funny, we brought up
here to stay, I guess.
Yeah, we brought up the Triple Crown era.
Yep.
It died for about a month and a half. Was it that long? Maybe a month.
I think one tournament, dude.
Was it really?
I don't know, maybe
I think it was 2. Maybe it was 2. Maybe it was 1. I don't know, guys. I don't have great memory, okay? I don't even know what I had for breakfast this morning. But I do know is that Talia Waters and Ben Johns are very much alive.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing is wrong, okay? It's human to lose, and they just don't like doing it. So, yeah.
Yep. So, Ben and Anna Lee, Triple Crown winners again. Men's, women's, mixed, and singles. We're going to go over a couple of the results here, starting with the gold medal winners in the men's doubles. Ben Johns, Colin Johns for gold. If you haven't watched it, Matt Wright, Riley Newman. Silver, Dylan Frazier, and JW for bronze. So, couple of things to note here. I just want to say off the bat, it was a close. I mean, I guess a couple of games were close in the finals, but let's just talk about Ben and Colin real quick. Obviously we talked to them about them in a previous podcast, but we talked about specific things that keeps them on the top.
Right.
And we talked about this on the ride or when we're having lunch. It's just a chemistry thing. Just how they really, really have figured out how to be the best team together.
It's true. Yeah.
And then against Riley and Matt, I mean, they balled out, but I just think that right now they have just figured them out. As the Johns have figured out Matt and Riley, they just know.
Sure.
They just know where to pick their spots. I don't know, just any feedback, or if you watched anything.
I mean,
That.
Ben and Colin have also been playing for, 3 years now together,
Yeah.
right? Or almost 3 years. So I would say not only do they have that connection as brothers, but, I mean, they know each other inside and out as far as what are their biggest strengths. You know, they can go home together and watch every single match that they've played against Matt and Riley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they can break every single point down and say, okay, when this went wrong, this is what we were doing. This is what happened, right? And so having that luxury is actually kind of huge. And I think it's one of the biggest reasons why every single tournament, it's not that Matt and Riley are just getting blown out of the water.
No.
It's Ben and Colin realizing what works and what doesn't, and they know exactly what they need to do in order to beat Matt and Riley.
Yeah, and as boring as it may look to the average viewer, and us pickleball junkies, or we play the game, we study the game. We've been. It's not a secret that going middle, staying there is safe. Then pulling it wide at the right times is really good. And then one of the things I was talking to you about, Caden, is just their countering has gotten better. So the times that I've watched the matches all the way through, the times that Matt and Riley has beat Ben and Colin, they're very aggressive because they can't win it any other way.
Right.
They're not going to win dinking. So they're very aggressive, and Matt in particular is countering well, and he's attacking just lights out.
Right.
So I don't know. It's going to be a tough challenge for Matt and Riley moving forward. But I do want to shout out Dylan Frazier and J Dub. They took, I don't know if you know this, they took Riley and Matt to a third game, 11-9. So they had them.
Yeah.
I think those boys, the youngsters, they're gonna get better and better.
They're getting closer and closer by the day, man.
Another thing I want to note is shout out to Brendan Long. I believe it's Brendan, yeah?
Yeah, Brendan Long.
Yeah, Brendan Long, Johnson Cola, another coach out there with the YouTube channel. John, shout out to you. I think you have good stuff. They made it to the semis.
Yeah, they had a great tournament. I mean, for a 20 seed to come in and take down two of the top PPA teams, I mean, that's a good look.
Yep. So a lot of good teams here. Too many to mention. We're going to move right on, though, to men's singles pro. And again, we saw a Stacked Rude Ben Johns final for gold. And shout out to Christian Alshon for bronze. So really good stuff here. Ooh, Connor Garnett. All right.
Yeah.
Got Federico.
Gabe Joseph coming out on top against Tyson this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
I will say I don't think Tyson's entirely healthy still,
He
so
might not be.
I don't think he's really worried about it, but, still a very good win by Gabe.
Yeah, and this was a big controversy here, right? That, I don't know how to say his name, but Martinez Vic.
Mm-hmm.
That was the big controversy on the lamination gate right there.
Oh, because he had, he had like it was like a something 6.0 paddle that he had recently switched to.
the
Yates,
Black
the
Diamond?
Johnson. Yes.
Yeah, so really interesting. Again, Federico, let's see the game score. Ooh, 11-8, 11-2. Second game wasn't good. But you know what? If someone could beat Ben Johns right now, it's going to be Federico.
Oh, for sure.
Federico's a beast. He's getting better and better. And you know what's really interesting? Because I watch singles, I coach singles. But there's a few times in there, because they're both using Yolas and they have similar attire.
Oh, true.
Dude, some of his movements now, Federico's.
Yeah.
How he hits the ball, it kind of it's looking more similar to Ben. Does that?
Oh, I bet.
Are you picking up on that?
I'm sure everyone in this world has seen something that Ben does and has tried to copy it. At least a little bit. At least in a certain specific way.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Yeah, for instance, the one I noticed is obviously he's picked it up through the time he's been getting better and better. But the little roll.
Backhand roll,
Yeah, backhand
the little
roll,
flick,
misdirection at the non-volley zone line.
sure.
He's doing that just like Ben. So shout out to Ben Johns and Federico, and Christian Alshon. So let's go right into mixed doubles pro, and no surprise here.
Wait. Go back up.
Yeah, we'll get back to this.
The return of Jillian Braverman. She's back.
Jill. Yeah. So the owner, CEO or former CEO, I can say, of Duper. I don't think she's a CEO anymore. She's moved on.
She is taking a break, maybe a sabbatical.
No, I think she's working for the USAPA or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I think. So anyways, she came back. So she didn't.
She's a former Bay Area folk.
Yeah.
I used to play with her back in the day.
Yep. So Talia Waters, Ben Johns for gold. Anna Bright and James Ignatowicz, the power couple, for silver. Georgia and J-Dub for bronze. So I think the big takeaway here is going to be Anna Bright and James. They're working together.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, they beat some teams around here. They beat Matt Wright and Lucy.
Riley and Lindsay played together again.
Yeah. Oh, and okay, real quick on the Newmans, shout out to Riley and Lindsay. I don't know if you saw this, but I was going to bring this up. This was in my notes. I mean, Lindsay does not even play that much anymore. They took the Johnsons 12-10 in the third.
Yeah, it was a close match.
I mean,
it could have honestly gone either way.
I mean, I
really could have
watched a few points there, and gosh, Lindsay's defense, they're just team defense.
Yeah.
The Newmans, and talking about chemistry, the Newmans is great example. If you like just are from the outside watching, if you haven't watched Riley and Lindsay play mixed doubles, just Google it. Or put it in YouTube, watch a couple points. Riley obviously takes so much of the court, and Lindsay just plays that backup D, and she attacks when she needs to, but the chemistry. It's about the chemistry.
Oh, for sure. It's brother-sister bond, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they can be as honest as they want with each other. So,
you know what's interesting? Tell me what you think about this, because I've seen their game so many times. That chemistry a little bit, and the Newman's chemistry, brother and sister, kind of reminds me of the cohesiveness of Ben and Colin.
Oh, for sure.
Slightly, though.
For sure.
Just like as Colin is the resetter.
Yeah, right.
Just as that, you know what I mean?
Even
it's
emotional body language.
Yeah.
You got possibly the eye roller and the one who sits there with a big old sigh and frustration in face.
Yeah, and then shout out another one that I do want to shout out is Leah Jansen, Dylan Fraser. They actually got fourth.
Yeah, they had a great tournament as well.
Jeez, there's obviously we know that mixed doubles is stacked nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean,
every team top to bottom is good.
Yeah, so it's gonna get,
you know what I mean?
It's gonna get harder and harder. But yeah, that is your mixed doubles finalist there. We're gonna go right into women's doubles pro, and we got Talia Waters and Anna Bright. And then we've talked about, I don't know what's going on with, Talia sometimes plays with Catherine, and then sometimes plays with Anna.
I think she's kind of figuring out
yeah.
Who she really wants to play with.
You think so?
Which is why I think she's mixing it up so consistently.
I'll tell you what, whoever is partnering with Talia wins.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think when Lee returns, do you think she teams back up with Lee?
Okay.
With her mom?
That's a really good question. I would say, to be honest, I would say that for Annalee's benefit, I don't think she should.
Why not?
Because Anna, Brian, and Catherine, I would pick them over her mom.
Really?
I think I would. Now their team chemistry.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So you're right about that. But honest, like shout out to Talia Waters. But again, she is doing something incredible.
Are you telling me?
In her 40s.
True. No, I agree.
She's doing something incredible. I just think it's going to get harder It's already harder.
Yeah.
So if she plays with Anna Bright and let's say Anna Bright and Catherine Peranto team up.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be tough. Do I think they can still pull off a win? Yes.
When Annalie plays with Catherine, who does Anna usually play with? I know she's played with Paris a few. She's played with...
I'm not sure.
She played with Vivian on one.
Yeah. Oh, I think that'd be...
Did she play with Georgia on one?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Actually, that's a really, really good question. I don't know. I hope Lee's doing well in her recovery.
Yeah.
But she's taken that role of the coach. But from the very beginning, even when she first got injured, my whole thing was like, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when she comes back, because there is a point where she's going to have to pass the baton at some point.
Oh, for sure.
I just don't know when that's going to be. And we know that, coming back from injuries like that is really tough. So,
yeah. Well, and I mean, even as her partner, Lee's always been kind of her coach for her.
Yeah.
So I think she's just happy to be doing it and still, part of the game and helping her daughter out. So, props to you, Lee Waters. You are my hero. You are I was going to say savior, but
that's a reach.
That's a little odd. So you're not, I love you. Okay.
All right, Lee. All right. Silver medal, Megan Sheehan Dazan.
Yeah.
And Vivian David, bronze, Catherine, and Georgia Johnson. All right. So obviously big takeaway here, Vivian David, and Megan Dazan. I honestly didn't know that they were playing together. Obviously, I've seen Vivian do very, very well. I think this is the first time that Megan has medaled in a PPA. If I'm right, I'm pretty sure
it's the first time this year for sure.
Okay,
I think it's the first time. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Yeah. I think it's the first time ever.
We've seen Vivian on the medal stand, and Vivian is just obviously a beast.
Yeah.
But
no, props to Megan, man. She balled out this weekend.
Yeah.
And she proved the haters wrong for sure. I absolutely love Megan. She is so sweet, and to see her in Championship Sunday this weekend was honestly, it was a treat. So go you, Megan. Go you, Vivian. Way to pull out a silver medal. Let's see a gold next time. But you know what? Really impressive stuff.
Really, really impressive. And lastly, we're just going to hop right into women's singles pro. No surprises here. Well, at least no surprises here. Annalie Waters. We'll get to that. Annalie Waters gold, Catherine Peranto silver, and Elise Jones
coming in hot.
Hold on, we gotta look at this right here. Elise Jones for bronze. How did that happen?
Did she beat Salome Davidze? Salome Davidze?
I wonder if there is some dropouts here.
Oh, actually, you could be right about that.
Oh
no, she beat Salome Davidze.
Elise Jones. Let's go, Elise.
If that doesn't prove to you guys that height does not matter.
Well, I thought I was going to say hard work, man.
Oh, I know. But in the sport,
really?
That's awesome.
I got to watch that match now, because we have known that Salome is a top singles player, but.
Oh, for sure.
Wow. I haven't seen Elise play.
Where did Leia lose?
Wow. Very, very interesting.
Oh, well.
Yeah, but
yep. Wait, is this the losers bracket?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. What?
Let's see, Leia Jansen. Where does she fall here? Yeah.
Did she not play?
Maybe she didn't. All right.
Oh,
maybe
Leia
she
did not play.
Shout out to Elise Jones. That definitely is her first a PPA singles medal.
Yeah, for sure. She's actually a pretty good singles player. She's scrappy.
Yep. Haven't seen her play. So that's really interesting. We'll hop right in. But before that, we're going to jump in just a little announcement, short announcement here, mid-roll announcement. If you're looking for some training, we are still booking our 2-day intensives in Colorado Springs, Colorado. So if you're looking for a really good opportunity to train with me in person on the court, you've seen a lot of our videos here. Yeah, I would love to work with you.
Sign up for it. Come on, guys.
Yeah. It's a 4-to-1 ratio, very, very small span of 2 days, over 10 hours on the court.
Wow.
We do strategy breakdowns. I do slow-mo, and I do technique breakdowns. We have a lot of fun, and it is, we've done 7 of them so far.
There's nothing else like it, folks.
And the feedback has really, really been amazing. And we're putting together those testimonials. But you can just go on our website at brionespickleball.com. And also, along with that, I also want to just remind people that Caden is going to be, he's ready. He's ready.
I was born for this.
He is teaching all over. So you can also go to brionespickleball.com for that. He's going to be teaching some camps and clinics all across the country. So if you would like Caden Niemoff, great instructor, great person to be around, very knowledgeable about the game.
You don't have to lie. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, Caden knows. And no, seriously though, we have a form that you can fill out if you want them at your club, at your local courts. Again, here's the thing. When it comes to learning pickleball, and we talk about instructors all the time, we talk about good information. I mean, there's a plethora now of information on YouTube on how to learn pickleball. Now, when I first started teaching pickleball online, there wasn't many to choose from. Now there's so much content out there. It's hard to weave in between the weeds, and find what's good quality instruction, and find an instructor that you can trust in, and you know what they're talking about. So yeah, if you'd like to sign up for a 2-day intensive in person with me, we're doing some in Colorado Springs and some here in Arizona. But if you want someone to come out to you, and you have a club or local facility that has multiple players that would like to do some clinics and camps, Caden Niemoff is your guy.
I'm your guy.
Yeah.
I'm your guy.
One thing, just one quick thing that they can expect, Caden.
Ooh.
Just a little, nothing like on the surface level. Let's give them something fun, something exciting.
Okay. Well, I am a very personal coach, so I typically like to have a lot of fun in my clinics. I like to crack a lot of jokes, but never enough to the point where people don't know whether I'm serious or whether I'm just kidding. So be prepared to have a lot of fun. We're always going to share a lot of good laughs.
There's a lot of laughs when Caden's around.
Yeah.
I just gotta say.
One thing I think one of the nicest things that has ever been said to me was said by Lori Johnson, Craig's mom.
Okay.
And she said, "Every time I walk by your class, I always hear your class laughing."
There you go. That's a good one.
And for me, I teach so many hours that I don't even recognize it, but I am always having a good time when I teach.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, Caden. So, yeah, if you'd like to sign up for the 2-day intensives or for Caden's camps or clinics to coming to a place near you, just go to brionespickleball.com. All right. So now let's hop into our new segment here. We have a lot more to get to, but we're going to hop right in. If you have an amazing pickleball story, did we talk about this already in this podcast?
No, in the morning. Wow.
It's late here.
It's really late, guys. But in the beginning of this podcast, yes, we did. We talked about it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So yeah. Yeah.
In the morning, guys. I'm on top of things,
yeah.
as you can tell.
We're gonna we'll leave a link in the comment below, but we're gonna actually read some of these amazing stories here. And again, we're just getting these in, and these are just, sometimes they're amazing stories, and sometimes they're just a little thing that they're sharing. That's coming from somewhere around the world. Okay, so this one says, we're just gonna get right to this one. This one says, "Hello, hope you are having a good day. I'm 19 years old and my brother is 15. We are both fully committed and have goals of playing pro pickleball someday." That's awesome. "But we argue a lot about stacking and who should play on what side. We both prefer the left side. I play a lot better on the left, and we win most of our games at a 4-5 level when we do stack with me on the left. My younger brother still insists that I play on the right side. Should I agree with him and play on the right while I focus on my game and more important things, since it really does not matter at this level? Thanks a lot.
That's cool. 19-year-old kid sent you in this. That's awesome.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different responses here, but I guess someone put a question. But no. What do you think about that, Caden?
I personally think if you are a really good left side player, it is acceptable to tell your partners that you are a better left side player. But my thing, honestly, is if you are a great left side player, it is now your job to become a great right side player as well. All right. So let me tell you, looking at this,
and this is all
comment.
Yeah, this is all we have, right? We
Yeah.
haven't seen their game, but what
right.
advice can you give them?
I would say if your brother is insisting on playing the left side, let him do it. Let him have a little trial at it. And what you can do is now really work on your right side game to help him out and make his left side experience a lot better. And like I said, this comment actually brings me back because when I was kind of 17 to 19, and I was still kind of figuring out what I really wanted to do with pickleball. When I was playing, I was always most comfortable on the left side. And it wasn't till I realized that I was actually playing in a tournament with a left-handed player. And when we weren't able to stack, I just remember feeling how uncomfortable I was on the right side. Like I almost felt like I didn't want the ball to be hit to me. And I remember that feeling, and I remember telling myself that I never wanted to feel that feeling again. So I worked extra hard to become a right side player. And not just a right side player, but a player who can play both the left side and right side if needed or if necessary.
Yeah.
And so I would say now, put me on the left side, I feel great. Put me on the right side, I feel great. So if you are comfortable on one side, don't get too comfortable because, if I can have a player who can play point guard all the way through small forward, I'll take that guy over the guy who can only play point guard or only play shooting guard.
There you go. There you go. You know what's really interesting? Dude, is this can't be Chaz and Jace, right? It's so funny, dude. If this is, shout out to Chaz and Jace.
Isn't Chaz 18?
Dude, okay.
Is Jace 50?
Yeah, it's okay. Anyways, I don't know if it's them. But okay, it might be someone local in Arizona we know, but we don't know. But just really quickly though.
Wait, it's kind of sounding a little bit more. Okay.
Real quickly though, if just to answer this question, you're playing with even a partner. It could be your brother or a friend or whatever. If you guys are winning and doing well, then that says something.
True.
Now,
very true.
Now, what you said though, to switch it up and see what happens, there's nothing wrong with that either. I think you guys need to experiment and try both out. Try playing straight up and see how that goes.
Yeah.
Honestly, so yeah, I would just try it out. I mean, if you try out a few games or a few tournaments with the other way and it's just not really gelling, then go back. There's nothing wrong with experimenting.
The biggest thing for me too is like, if you're not playing with your brother, you can't just expect everyone to let you play the left side. You know what I mean? So, whether you like the left side or don't, you're going to have to eventually play it. Same with the right side. So get comfortable with both.
Yeah.
Get comfortable with both. If you can play both sides, you are at a huge advantage.
Yep.
Holy smokes, that one's long.
That's a long one, but you know what? We're gonna save that one for next time. This one I'm gonna read this last one here.
Okay.
By Anonymous. I was told by one of my orthopedic surgeons I was too young to have my knee replaced, and I would only do it if I promised not to go back to roller hockey, softball, baseball, and snowboarding.
That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, those are probably his loves of his life there. But at age 53 and 57, I had both knees replaced and was getting bigger and bigger, not playing sports like I used to. Okay. Tired of staying home, my friend threw me on the courts and said, play. Chasing the ball was extremely painful at first, but playing pickleball built up my muscles and gave me back my drive to compete again. I Googled pickleball and found Jordan Briones Pickleball. Learned a lot. I play Monday through Friday, 20 plus hours a week.
Jeez.
And I'm playing in my second tournament this weekend. There are a ton of people that need replacements and are encouraged by my play. I'm so happy that I can prove to them there's more to life with knee replacements. Shout out to this guy. That's super awesome.
That is super cool.
And there's so many stories like this. Again, if you have a really good, encouraging story or something like this, in the link or the comment in the description below, we'll leave a link where you can do that. But that's just really cool.
There's really nothing like a feel good pickleball story.
Yeah, man.
Well,
there's just pickleball is just great. And
yeah.
You have a good story with pickleball. It's just
I'm pretty sure the way most people have found pickleball has been pretty interesting. So
yeah. So share your stories, everybody.
Yeah,
share your
please.
stories. And about knee replacements, my dad actually had both of his knees done.
Really, my dad had both his hips done.
Yeah, and my dad is back playing at 4550 senior level.
Yeah.
So it could be done for those of you out there that are thinking about. I know a lot of like this guy, snowboarding, hockey, a lot of things could wear, but if you rehab it right and you have a good attitude, a good mindset, it could be done.
Oh, no question.
So really cool story there. Now we are going to jump right in to you know what? There's a few things that we didn't get to.
Oh.
Yeah, on the last PPA Austin, and I just want to get some of your feedback here.
Okay.
A lot of there was a tweet that went out. I think it was from Zane.
Okay.
Zane Navratil. Okay, and talked about the wind and Ben Johns, I think, either retweeted or he said something to kind of spark people's interest in this. But the win was a big factor, I guess, in this last PPA Austin. And we talked about that on a previous episode about, playing in the win versus playing against the wind, things like that. So when you, and I've seen it and I've also been in it where it's very easy. Like you'll see a blowout, like 11-2, 11-3, 11-1, and then it goes to the other side. Then you see the same outcome but flipped.
Yep.
Then it comes down to game 3,
and it'll be semi-tight.
Then it'll be close because you flip.
You switch sides. Yep.
After 6.
Oh,
points.
for sure.
They were saying they basically brought up, is there a way, or they would like to see a way that instead of just flipping, maybe per game every 6 points, or flipping basically sides more often like they do in tennis. Because for a win, obviously if the win's not a factor, it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
But so for example, I don't know if you know tennis scoring, but every odd game,
you switch
sides.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that?
I actually think that's kind of cool. I think honestly, if it is windy like that, I mean, there are pros and cons to both playing into the wind and against the wind. So whether you prefer being in the wind or against it, I mean, if you're switching a little bit more frequently, it could be pretty beneficial and pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
I think that would actually be really cool. Yeah, I think that would be kind of a fun little trial.
Yeah.
Honestly, just to kind of see how it works out and how much better, scores are and stuff like that. But I mean, as a player, I think that would be pretty cool too, because you really don't want to play a whole game on a side that you don't like.
Yeah.
You really don't. It's really not fun, So, I mean, you're absolutely right. I've had matches where, I've had the good side and I've won easily 11-1, and I'm like, phew.
What in your experience, Caden, what has been the good side for you? Is it with the win or against?
Usually, I like being into the wind.
Yes, so you're hitting the ball and the wind is pushing back.
Correct.
Yeah. So why is that?
It allows me to hit the ball a little bit more and hit the ball a little bit more freely, while also feeling like I'm not going to have too much consequence, just because I know no matter how hard I hit that ball, it's going to blow kind of back in. So I can give a little bit more to the ball, and I don't want to say be not careful, but
you have to be less careful.
But
you can kind of hit out.
You can kind of go for it and say, well, if it really goes out, then there's not that much wind, but I'm pretty sure that this ball's going to drop pretty much. And it's definitely nice for passing shots too. You can hit that ball a little bit higher that usually most people are going to look at and go, oh, that's way out, and then it's going to kind of just drop in. So
there's that, right? Yeah. You can hit it higher and it kind of drops in, but also like maybe your drops and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like it's
going to dip.
It kind of just kicks and like dips down.
And dies, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, cool.
What do you think? You like playing into the wind too,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. It's just for the same reasons.
Yeah.
But I would say that the drops, it's a little tough. You're just going to have to hit them a little harder.
Right.
But like obviously, but then that's why you'll see a lot of drives.
Yeah, right. Well, actually, when I play into the wind, I actually use my signature shot that nobody ever knows of.
What is that?
It's called the trip.
Ooh, the trip. Is that a drop drive?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The shot that a lot of people know of, I guess.
No. Only me.
All right, I'll let you. All right. So so there's that. Playing with the wind. Obviously, there's a lot of rules that have been changed over the past, X amount of years. The game is so changing. We went from a regular serve and the spin serve
with paddles, spin serve with two hands
with
to
fingers.
Spin serve with with one hand.
Yeah.
To back to regular serve. Bless you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
It's been a ride. I would say our rules, I'm sure there's a bunch of like little rules that change throughout the year every year. But there have been 5 or 6 rules that are pretty big, like that they've changed over the.
What are the couple big ones that you could think of that you think that affected the game in the past 5 years?
I would say serve obviously is number one. They changed
when they took back the spin serve.
I would say big change
because the spin serve,
adding the serve and then taking it out.
Yeah. Well, they didn't really add the serve. It was just invented.
Yeah, right. It was kind of like here's what you can and here's what you can't do.
Yeah.
Right. But I guess it was always kind of there, but then it was in like full effect in like 2021 and 2022.
I'll tell you what, it's so crazy. I think when we look back in pickleball history, like 5-10 years from now, I think the spin serve will just sound crazy.
Oh yeah.
Just because
having to explain that to people, they're going to be like, what?
Yeah.
People actually did that? How do you even do that?
Just to be honest, like looking at people change their body.
Oh my God.
It looked a little funny.
It did. Honestly, as someone who didn't use the spin serve.
Did you not practice it much?
Not really. As soon as they took it away from the paddle, I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
It was super easy with the paddle.
Mm-hmm.
Once I had to start flicking my hands and shenanigans like that, I was like, man, I'll just hit a regular serve.
Yeah.
But honestly, playing against it.
Oh, I've played against some players that have a pretty nasty one.
Hayden Patriquin used to have the filthiest.
Did he?
2-hand serve. And it wasn't filthy as in it was hit hard, but it was kicking like 3 or 4 or 5 feet.
Yeah.
You know, and like as soon as like Ben and even Anna Lee got their hands on it, especially Ben, like Ben's serve.
They didn't have the best serve.
No, but
It was, yeah. I mean, he's already great.
Ben's serve without the spin is already disgusting. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And now you add like maybe a little kick that goes to the left or to the right. Like you're dealing not only with a ton of pace that's flat and hard just coming right into your body, but it's also now kicking a little bit to the left. I mean, shoot, I think I played him one time where he had the spin serve, and I think he broke my ankles probably like
Wait, did you play him singles?
Yeah, it was like 2021.
Where? PPA?
In Vegas, yeah, in Vegas. It was a while.
And he was using the spin serve?
Hell yeah, man, it was ridiculous.
Oh my
That was like my final straw for the spin serve, because I literally played against Hayden and Ben that tournament, and I was like, dude, I came back on, this spin serve is the dumbest freaking thing on the planet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know I've mentioned this before in a previous podcast, but that was a tough time as a coach for me.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
you don't want to teach it, but like everybody wants to learn it.
I was on the, I don't know, what is the word, precipice? I was at the tip, or I was at the line of, I was kind of waiting what the rules
what they were going to do
was going to do, because as a good coach, you learn and you adapt.
It's true.
If you have a coach out there and he says one thing and it never changes, then I might reconsider on that coach. But
for sure.
So that was a tough time, because I didn't really, I made some videos on it and stuff, but like, again, if they were just going to adopt and accept it, then I would have to learn the thing.
Right.
Which I was experimenting a little bit. But I'm actually glad that they.
You know, there were pickleball players who were actually teaching lessons on how to do the spin serve.
Currently?
Not currently.
Oh,
but
there
like
were.
Like when the spin serve was big, like players were literally like just taking pickleball lessons to learn the serve.
Wow.
Just to learn that part of it.
That's actually crazy, because, wow, imagine paying for a lesson and it doesn't exist anymore. I don't know. That's the first thing I could. Literally. That's why I didn't teach. I was like, dude, if you're gonna learn, if I want to teach you something, let's work on your technique of your swing, and then you can, if you want to learn the flick, then you go.
It's like buying a brand new like gas car, and then all gas vehicles and gas stations get banned, and it's all electric cars now. Your gas car is done for.
Hey, that sounds like California. I don't know.
Spend the money on a gas car, and it's no longer being used anywhere. That does sound like California.
Yeah, but I don't know. Anything else, Kaden? I know this was a short one today.
Yeah.
Shorter one.
Shorter than usual. But no, I felt like we kind of dug into what we needed to talk about. And if you guys have any suggestions for us, or want us to talk about anything that you guys feel is important, definitely feel free to comment. We love when you guys compliment us, so if you guys have something nice to say, feel free. If you guys don't have anything nice to say, maybe don't say it, unless it's constructive criticism. Yeah, we'll take that. But no, we love you guys. We appreciate everything you guys do for us, and make sure to like, subscribe, and like I said, comment something maybe possibly nice.
Yeah. Oh, and then real quick, did we talk about your match tonight?
Oh yeah.
Where can they find it? What is it?
Well, if you guys are interested in watching any Arizona Pickleball League matches, you guys can find it online. If you guys are here in Arizona, you guys can come watch live. We play every Tuesday. Not us specifically, but the league will be going on every Tuesday. And then...
You know the website, though.
If you guys are interested in watching it online, I will be honest, they don't stream it on YouTube, but they do on Patreon. So if you guys are interested in watching it live and have a Patreon account, you guys can watch it on watchtnp.com.
Okay, so it's watchtnp.
TNP, correct.
Let's see if that is the correct.
Oh, come on. You know it is.
You
know it is. Come on.
All right. There we go.
Bang.
Tuesday night.
Oh, my gosh.
Tuesday night pickleball. Okay, so this is really cool. We talked about it in a previous episode, but we're going to be rooting Caden on. He drafted to a pro local league here, and they are doing something. I think it's the first organization to do it. Jigsaw Health within an area here.
Yeah.
Obviously in Arizona we have a lot of good high level players, 5.0, 5.5 plus, 5.5 to pro, and a lot of these players play on the pro tour.
Yeah.
So it's a league here, and I see this branching out to, again, this is Arizona's pickleball league with some of the best players here, but if other states pick up on this, it's going to be really cool to see what happens between states and maybe national championships.
Well, who knows? That. I mean, you might have the Arizona Pickleball League hosted by Jigsaw Health and have the second season be the California Pickleball League.
Yeah.
And it's still here in Arizona, but it's called the California Pickleball League. And then season 3, you have a merger. Kind of like Survivor, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Brains versus bronze or whatnot. But yeah, as you guys can see, it is $10 to subscribe to be a patron on Patreon. If you guys feel like that's a lot of money, I hear you. But that's also 2 cheeseburgers. So, maybe.
Well, we'll be rooting Caden on. He's on the Scottsdale Scorchers. And again, we're going to be doing some breakdowns of his matches and things like that.
We are going to do that.
So, Caden, you got to make sure you show up, dude.
Heck yeah.
We're going to, he's going to be playing mix. He's going to be playing doubles. And, yeah.
It's going to be a good time. If you guys are in Arizona, you guys should definitely come out. It's a very, very, very good time.
All right. Thanks again. Just like Caden said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Share this podcast with your friends if you really like it. And again, thanks so much. We'll see you in the next episode.